to search for that name, that company. You need to go into that website and search for their personal email. If there is, then you need to follow up that one. And that helped me a lot into because once you spend 3 seasons in India, like summer, monsoon, and winter, then after you will adjust. Like just don't compare anything when you move. Like it will be hard for you like 3 months when you.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Desi Return. Today, we have Chintan on our show. Chintan went to US in 2015 for his master's. And after completing the master's and working for a few years, they have decided to move back to India in 2020 during the COVID. And since then, he has been working on his own entrepreneur role, his own business, which we will dive into. And few things that's special about Chintan. I think he is from a non-IT background, especially from someone who is into civil engineering and someone who is into an entrepreneur role after moving back. So a lot of insights in terms of how the non-IT professionals opportunities here in India as well as in US, and how does it look like running a business in India. So with that, welcome Chintan to the show.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you for inviting me and just expressing my thoughts, experience, and how the life is here. And also, we work for a US company also, so how the transition made to our life and also during the COVID time. So I will just go through and let me just, yeah, you can go ahead with your
Sure.
question. Yeah.
Great. Thanks a lot. So let's start a bit with your background. What's your educational background and what made you to move to US? Let's talk through that.
Yeah, and I will go through my experience and background, and I will share my experience. And the people generally ask when you return back. So I got my bachelor from here from Ahmedabad. So I'm from Ahmedabad, near to the North Gujarat side. And then why decided to study further in USA, I had the goal that I will continuously learn my background and everything and master it through the lifetime. Like right now, I'm learning. I got my one of the courses in offsite construction, so I'm still learning. But that was my intention, like to get the higher education from prestigious university. And also, when you are deciding for the US university, when I applied for the courses, so might be you are applying for like high-end university, like Ivy League and everything. But when I research for that, I try to research like specific background and courses where you can focus on into a research, and that helped me a lot into finding the research and also research assistancy position, like
Sure.
teaching and those. So it might help you to cover up your fee also, because sometimes you are just focusing into a high-end university, but the fees, right now the fees is little bit more concern on the not on your background, but also on your parental side also. So you need to think about that also. And it helped me. So I graduated from Auburn University, Alabama. Like Alabama is not like famous state for to study, but those university are so high end. Like they had a national asphalt technology lab. Entire USA, like wherever the asphalt and highway research are done, they are done in the Auburn University. And also they have a aerospace engineering near to Huntsville. So NASA research center is over there also. So that's what you need to research, like specific labs, specific center for the each university, and then you will get to know like, okay, because of the that will help you to find the more research, your professors, and also it will help you into your thesis. So it helped me a lot, and also it was a university town, so university towns vibes are a little bit different than you are studying into a metropolitan university. So it then after that also it was a difficult time because of the presidency changeover and everything. So I had to apply for like so many jobs. So many jobs means like 5,000 jobs, had to interview so many interview because it's a difficult in non-IT field. You got the interview crack, but your salary is like $40,000. And also, I frankly speaking, my salary was around that. And so you need to think about that, those perspective also. But yeah, those applications help me a lot. Right now we are working with those consultant as a consultant, not
Yeah.
the job application. So it helped us a lot either way. And then uh, why, and also I will go through like why I switched over like not so many job, I stick to like one or two job position. And why it helped me a lot, because when you are sticking with a one company over the time and similar position and growing little bit further and further into a same company, you will get to know like how they are working, like with a financial perspective, marketing perspective, how the other groups are working and the departments are working within the company.
Yeah.
And that helped me a lot to establish my company. Right now I'm working like there are three employees under me, but that helped me a lot, like how to market, how to sales, how to consider the financial perspective of even company.
Yeah.
And why we decided to move back, it was a perspective to give it back. And also, and that helped us a lot. And we had like, because of our family business and everything, so we had a strong background, like support from relatives and our family member. We have long extended family. And also most of like, like Patel, so Patel is generally like it dives into a business and everything background. So uh, we decided to move back early in the career because of setting up the business perspective. And also my wife was on the board also for moving back because of like career perspective, and also how to start the family.
Got it. So I think I understand. I think it's giving back and also the opportunity to do the entrepreneur. So before we dive in, I think I wanted to understand a little bit, if you're okay, for a non-IT, especially for someone who is in a civil side. You mentioned about like where you have to apply for so many jobs to find, right? Maybe can you shed a little bit light in terms of like, were you able to find the right opportunities? Like how long it took? And then you mentioned about, spending the most of the time there so that you can learn the other groups and functions. So how was the life as a non-IT in US, and how long it took for you to find the job that you really want? Or have you compromised on somewhere like, yeah, let me get into something and then let me find another job or whatever? So if you can shed some light on how the non-IT roles are there in US, I think that would be very helpful. And someone who is coming from a prestigious university, right? Who has a lot of research and who has a lot of background.
Yeah, there are three perspectives. I mean, like you are dealing with OPT time, so 3 months. Within the 3 months, you need to apply for certain jobs. And now the time is a little bit more, like 5 months. You need to wait for the OPT card. So I had like job offers, but I didn't get my OPT card. So they just declined my job. Like, and also did I like have I yeah, did I compromise on the job or not? Yeah, I did. I mean, like certain point, because non-IT job, like either you are going into a, say as a civil engineering, you might be going into field, or might be a design side, or might be a manufacturing side. But yeah, thankfully I got my design side. That way I was applying and I got my right position for that one. And also uh, how did I find the job? So I tried to make as much as connection on the LinkedIn, uh, and also I applied for like when I started my research, I was a member of like certain conferences, certain non-organization member of civil engineering, like Association of Civil Engineering and everything. It helped me a lot to find the jobs. And also being active on LinkedIn or other platform, when somebody is like posting a job or recruiter or might be a HR recruiter, I had to follow up with them with like a email or personal email. It and that helped me when I got my second job. I mean, like that person posted a job at 8 p.m. I right away applied that job and put the email right away into. So it it worked backward. I mean, like you need that HR recruiter just posted a job, so you applied that one, and it will not end the process. You need a non-IT job because non-IT company generally don't post into like Indeed or LinkedIn. They are just working, and then you need to go and try to find their website or might be find through the yellow page, and then that helped me.
Yeah, so thank you, Chintan, for sharing that. I'm sure I think there is a different ways to go about and applying, especially if these job postings are not as abundant as in IT and it's not in the common platforms. So let's talk about your timing of moving back to India, right? I think you said, you want to be. So after masters, you have worked for some time, and how you decided when you want to move and when you wanted to make that plunge, and any planning that you have done beforehand, any milestones that you want to hit. So anything that you can share light, I think that would be fantastic.
Yes, definitely, and because if you have any idea to move back to India, I generally try to make the connection back into India. Like because I have seen people like living over there like 10 or 20 years, but they haven't traveled back enough here, and their friends are like moved further and grew up like a little bit further, and now they are trying to make the connection back. So we were traveling frequently to India, also like attending the events and everything. In that way, that helped us to make it alive the connections like with the friends, the relatives, native places, and everything. And then when we decided like we put the hard date on like this is the date we will move, and then we started to back check like bank accounts, SSA accounts, also 401k account, like moving the funds back to India. So because you are dealing with a financial year in USA, in India also, because you are a citizen of India, you are still paying the Indian taxes also. So you had to deal with your CPA here. I mean, like CPA is mean like yeah. So we contacted them also, and also my brother was handling our bank accounts and everything. So we put like certain schedules or might be timeline, like okay, this is the fund we will moving on that specific time. Also planning to close the uh, non-usable account, like turning off the memberships and everything. That helped us a lot. And also it helped because I am frequently a writer. So I generally we put into all the writing format, everything like checklist, closing the accounts, and okay, 2 months are left. So what is the priority? 1 month is left, and then on the day of the moving, what do you need to do when you are moving? So that was a plan already. Like we didn't plan like frequently or something like okay right away. It
Sure.
was a plan like 1.5 year way back, and also I informed my employer way ahead and like 6 months before that. So they helped us lot on the accounting, closing the accounts, salaries, and everything. And they didn't have the subsidiary company here, but they explored the other opportunity. Like, can we do a remote job or something? So right now, and also we are working as a consultant for that. So that helped us a lot.
Got it. I know you kind of touched a little bit about on the logistics side, like, closing the bank accounts, some of these things. On a career front, was the plan to get into the entrepreneur role? Like, have you searched for some jobs? So especially the non-IT jobs, opportunities in India. So if you can talk a little bit, I think you mentioned your company doesn't have it, but they're open for you to work on a remote basis. But have you explored like the opportunities within India, or you never had the thought and you just went into the startup or entrepreneur role?
No, I didn't. I had because during the COVID time, also it was a difficult time within our family business, and also it was hard time for transitioning from USA culture, work-life balance, and everything, and then you are just getting into COVID time into India, and it was a big wave during the in India also. So we got like in our whole family we got the COVID also. So but yeah, I tried to. I was a flexible, so I tried to search for the job, and where I was working for non-profit organization in USA, they offered me. So they had a subsidiary chapter here, so they offered me the job remotely. So we had to organize the event, currencies, write the papers, and everything. So thankfully, I got the job also, and also I was frequently visiting one university, so they offered me the professor, like visiting professor job. So not like it wasn't flexible or might be, but you need to search for like make connections when you move here and try to make the communication friendly. So in that way, you will easily find the jobs and everything.
Okay. And when did you start your entrepreneur role? Like after moving back, it was a peak of the COVID, and a lot of things weren't shut down. So you took some time break, and also you mentioned about family business. If you're open, is the family business also into civil side, or maybe is there any connection? So if you can shed some light any of those points, I think that would be helpful.
Yeah, during COVID time, it was a free time, so I was transitioning through my mentally, emotionally, and also some thoughts. So I had to go. Right now, I am on social detox. So I generally use the frequently, like I'm like I have a screen time of like just a 2 hours screen time of entire day, and I had to go a certain way also, like meditation and social detoxing of myself, because I was using so much time on the social media, and then I realized my learning and skills, and then that way I realized like civil engineering what I learned through the USA side and Indian side, and then try to, and on same day or like one day, I tried to contact my previous employer, like, can I work remotely or something? And that way it started like, okay, I started some small projects, and then slowly I tried to contact other like those job application. I tried to those consultant, and then slowly we are on the board on those consultant, and also on family business. It is more of related to a civil engineering, so that helped me a lot to learn like Indian systems, governmental projects, how the financial side is working. So it right now it is helping me on lot.
Got it. So I think it's a similar business domain, and based on your contacts in US, you are able to get some projects or able to do some work or services for them. Got it. And then,
Mhm.
so how is the life in India? It's been about close to 4 years since you moved, and overall with the family, with the changes. I know you mentioned about like adapting in the early stage. So how is the life here? Anything that you can share on that perspective?
Yeah, sure. Right now, you cannot compare the life between the US and India. Like it is totally different. Like what you have experienced, because when you move to Seattle or might be in Washington DC, you will find the same Walmart at different location. But here in India, like when you travel, you are finding the different culture, different vibes, different people, different language, and everything, and also food. So it will get you more time to adjust when you move back. But life is little bit so much easy, but when you are trying to fix something, it will be hard for you. So right now, like I'm running the business, so I'm always learning something new during the lifetime here. But I adjusted my life according to here. I'm like within the system, within the life culture of the people, how they are behaving, the relatives. So as per my schedule, like my family is like now used to like okay, Chintan is working from like Monday to Friday, and he will be free from Saturday to Sunday. and that's how we adjusted our schedule, like family time and everything, as per given schedule. Yeah, 4 years helped me a lot to learn, like, okay, how the things are working, move back.
Yeah, cool. So I think you mentioned about, I think, your wife also on a career perspective. That was one of the reason to move back, right? Maybe if you can, like, was she able to find the job or, like, kind of take on the career role? Just curious on that.
Yeah, so what we decided and why we started the business and entrepreneur side, that she was on board to help me.
Okay,
She was thinking to find a job and everything, but we also planned for the family, like a baby and everything. So now she's like a financial accountant here in our company. So she handles like project invoicing, project tracking, project controlling, also communication to the consultant when the project is on board, how the project is going, tracking sheet of the employees. So it now it helped us a lot into within the system, and also when we are working together, like right now she's at home, but she knows like what will be the project. So I just made the project list right now and shared with her, and she will be tracking the hours today for that one. So mutual understanding between the life partner, it helped us a lot when we moved back.
got it. So I'm assuming you moved to Ahmedabad. Is that right? Like, moved back where the family is. Okay. Just want to confirm.
Yeah, I mean, like, and also I can point that out. We moved back to our native place first, and why you need to move to a native place first? Because where you have the lot of family member, extended family members, also your friends, like where when you left for the USA, it helped us a lot during the starting period of the phase, like when we moved back to settle down emotionally, financially, physically, and everything. And then I realized, okay, I need to move to a metropolitan tier two or tier one city. And we moved back to Ahmedabad, where I used to live. So, and then started the office, business, and everything, and then made connection to on the side of the business.
Got it. And is your native place close to Ahmedabad? Is that the reason you chose Ahmedabad as the place to go from a metropolitan place? Okay.
Yes,
Got it.
because we can travel back to a native place, enjoy the village life and everything. So right now that helped us a lot, like because people are thinking like where to move, which city is better and everything. That is what we figure out. Okay, if we need to spend a little bit time, like go to a native place, also because my kids and like nephews, those people are living over there. So it helps us a lot into a family side also.
Yeah. I know this is a common request for a lot of people, at least, some people engaged who are thinking about moving back to India. How are the opportunities for non-IT? I mean, you have been living in India for 4 years. You are on the entrepreneur side. You actually work in a domain that's non-IT. Any insights that you can share, like how the opportunities right now compared to like what it was in 2015 or 2014, right? About a decade, how things have changed or evolved. I think that would be very helpful.
Yeah, it has drastically changed perspective to industry here in non-IT jobs. I can go through like civil engineering, mechanical. So as per the civil engineering, you can either find the manufacturing job, also field job and design jobs, because so many US companies, also MNC company have opened their offices in here, like Pune and Bangalore, in even in Ahmedabad, Jaipur, and Delhi. So you can transition back within your company also, and also that is like field job. No, that is like a office job and also a field job. So many MNC company have started. Like I can give you an example that we work in the wood framing industry for civil engineering in USA. So we use a Hilti and Simpson anchors for tying the wood framing and drywall back into a wood framing. So those Hilti and Simpson, those they have started the operation in India also. So like you need to be proactive into industry also. similar as a mechanical industry uh, like Pro Train and Train, like the of AC manufacturers and Hitachi, and also on mechanical side is more manufacturing side, and India is leading on the manufacturing side because of the Japan and China. And then also on electrical side, you can easily find the jobs within the governmental sector. So governmental sectors are offering more opportunity into private sector. So they are collaborating within the non-IT jobs.
Got it. No, thanks for shedding the light from your perspective. Uh, is there anything that we haven't covered or any advice that you want to give to people who are thinking about moving back to India?
Possibly, I mean, like, if you are thinking to move back to India, it's a right opportunity and right time right now. Not because of like India is growing, but also India is growing perspective to all sectors, like spiritually, ethically, also financially, GDP is growing also. And when you are thinking to move back, not for the family, but there are more people here. They can help you also, like make a connections. There are, and also there are well-minded. I mean, like the very well connections within the group, non-IT or IT. You can find easily here also. And just to a perspective, I'm younger, but whoever wants to like spend a little bit time during the retirement, it's a great opportunity. You just need to find the right place and right time and like the right connection and group. Once you settle down, just don't think over too much. The things will be right place and right time, and
Yeah.
then it will just work out easily.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure. I think it's an important for them to consider all the factors, the opportunities for their career. But I think things have evolved and changed. I think it's better for them to come visit and explore and make the right decision, whatever is right for them for a given stage.
Yeah, because they need to explore and they need to frequently visit the India, how the India is behaving, not like just decide try to move back. Because whatever you search through a Google, you will not experience right away here.
Yeah.
And also, when you are working into like a non-IT field, and also IT field will help you. You try to make membership within like a non-profit organization or profit organization. Like right now, I am a member of Indo-American chapter of commerce. So today evening we have a meeting in here in Ahmedabad for invest in USA. Invest in USA by there is an event where we will be exploring the investor group and projects that throughout the USA we are working, and so that helped me a lot to like keeping a connection within like through the USA also, and also try to connect with within the local chapter here. So we generally we had a one event by US consulate where we explored the visa, like why there is a delay time, why the appointments are not frequently available to the like visitor or B1, B2. So they point out some certain points and we discussed over there. So try to make the connection outside of your field professions, and then it will help you a lot to grow within the professionally and also personally.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. I think networking plays a big role for anything. I think irrespective of the location, it always gives the opportunities. So thanks a lot, Chintan, for your time and sharing your story. A lot of valuable information on the opportunities in US and in India for a non-IT, how it works and how you transition into an entrepreneur role. So good luck with everything. And once again, thank you very much for sharing your experiences with us today.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I appreciate it. Have a good day.